Holiday driving, bad traffic, worse weather, drivers with a little too much holiday cheer, all big worries, especially if you're in a small car. But as you're about to see in a new crash test, some small cars can be quite safe. You just have to pick the right one. Here's Chief Consumer Correspondent Lee Thompson with a Dateline Consumer Alert.
You want an inexpensive car, a small car, but you also want a safe car. Here at the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety's Vehicle Research Center, teams of engineers and appraisers conduct careful research to help you do that. Brian O'Neill heads the institute.
We are mimicking what happens in a real-world two-vehicle crash where one vehicle crosses the center line and you have a driver-side-to-driver-side head-on crash.
These high-tech tests are funded by the insurance industry, which wants to improve auto safety and at the same time keep claims down. On the runway this time around, 5 small cars, all priced under $20,000, all about to collide with a barrier that's the equivalent of a same-size moving car. First up, the 2004 Mazda 3. The crash looks bad and sounds bad, but O'Neill says this car actually does its job.
The structure holds together very well, the safety cage is intact.
The sophisticated crash dummies readings show no major injuries. O'Neill is pleased.
This is as good as you can get.
The Mazda 3 earns the best rating, a good, plus the Institute's top honor, a best pick. Let's see if another small car, the 2005 Suzuki Verona, will do as well.
Dummy bottoms out the airbag, the head hits here.
Although the dummy's measurements show the driver would survive, O'Neill says a real person would likely have a concussion and a broken leg.
It's better than a lot of cars used to be. It's just not as good as it could be.
The Verona gets the Institute's second highest rating, acceptable. Now the 2005 Saturn Ion.
There are problems in this test.
The dummy's head moves around way too much, a possible concussion, which could mean brain damage. And the steering wheel actually breaks off.
Steering wheel shouldn't break off. There's definitely room for improvement here.
The Saturn Ion rates marginal, the second lowest mark. Here's the 2004 Kia Spectra.
Power trunk lid shut.
Lots of red flags for O'Neill, structural problems, and the dummy, way too much movement.
So you're going to be beaten up pretty good if you're in a crash like this in this vehicle. This vehicle just does not offer adequate protection.
The Kia Spectra gets a poor, the lowest rating possible. Finally tonight, the 2004 Hyundai Elantra. At first, it looks promising, but
it's not fast, but it's continuous.
Underneath, a substantial leak in the fuel tank.
Every time you have a fuel leak, there's a potential for a post-crash fire. So that's a serious problem.
The Institute alerts Hyundai. It quickly changes the fuel tank design and recalls all affected cars. Then, a retest. The fuel tank's fine, but something else goes wrong. The airbag completely fails to deploy.
Hyundai says it believes the airbag malfunction to be an isolated incident. But even so, the company has modified its airbag deployment software and will issue another recall for about 100,000 vehicles with the old airbag system.
Go to running mode, Tyler.
And with that fix, the Institute tests one more time. Finally, O'Neill declares the updated Elantra a winner.
We've got a good performing vehicle.
The Hyundai Elantra with the updated airbag system earns a good. But all 2004 and 2005 Elantras made before December 17, 2004 must go back to the dealer to get those airbags fixed. All the car makers in this group note their vehicles meet or exceed federal safety standards and say safety is a priority. Kia, the maker of the poorly rated Spectra, says its engineers have already met with the Institute's staff to determine what changes are necessary to improve test performance of the Spectra. The bottom line, O'Neill says, is this round of testing proves small doesn't have to mean not as safe.
What we should be seeing is state-of-the-art safety for all small cars. Many small cars now have it, and the manufacturers whose small cars don't need to get it fast.
How did your car do in the Insurance Institute's latest crash tests? You can find out on our website. The address is dateline.msnbc.com.